What's up, party people, and welcome back to my channel. So today I don't really have a lot of time to dilly-dally and chit-chat. I have to get right into it. So today I wanted to film me transforming into Winifred Sanderson from Hocus Pocus. Now I know it's after Halloween, but today's November 2nd, and today's actually the day that my area is trick-or-treating, which kind of sucks because I'm already in the Christmas spirit. So yeah, this is completely irrelevant now, but I still wanted to at least film me transforming into her just because this is something I've wanted to do for several years now. I've just been a little bit too leery of doing it because I feel like I'm not gonna get close enough, and I'm a perfectionist. Like, I look at every single detail and I want it to be perfect. Like, I don't want it to be close, I want it to be like dead on. And also, it's a lot of work to do just to take off as soon as you get done with the videos. I actually created this look a couple of years ago when I first got the costume, because, well, let me show you my costume. Back in 2017, I got this from Spirit Halloween, and this is like the first time I've ever seen a Hocus Pocus costume for sale. Like, I feel like it's been one of those best kept secrets that no one would put out. Like, no one would sell a Hocus Pocus costume until like 2 years ago, and as soon as I saw it, I bought it, and I spent a lot of money on it, so I really need to put it to good use. So the first thing I want to do starting out, because I haven't seen anyone do this, I kind of want to break down her look and just kind of give you what my vision is and just kind of, I don't know, just kind of explain what I see. So as far as her base goes, let's talk about her face. So obviously, I feel like the thing that stands out the most is her big apple red cheeks. They've definitely broadened her face a little bit to make her look more plump. So I definitely see some contouring and just like kind of emphasizing her smile lines right through here to make her look more sinister and more witchy. That's something that you'll see a lot of like special effects people do, like to make someone look a bit more mean and harsh. They kind of enhance the harsher features of someone's face. And they've also broadened her chin. They've contoured her chin in a way that's made it look more like a double chin. I also noticed on her nose, they've contoured her nose to make it look more bulbous and just a little bit bigger. Obviously, she has no eyebrows. That's a given. Everybody knows that. Then also, I noticed that it looks like there's a little bit of contour around here, around her bags. Like, it looks like they've tried to emphasize like her baggage under her eyes. Her lips are obvious. They've concealed the outer corners of her lips, and they've brought it in to make it look very like, and also for her blush, it looks like she's wearing the same blush color as what she's wearing on her lips. So it looks like they probably just dabbed on her lipstick. So it looks like they brought up like a brown eyeshadow pretty far up, and they haven't really blended it out. Like, they've made it look very blunt. I definitely see some individual false lashes. So I've watched several videos on how to conceal your brows. This is not something I've done a whole lot. I'm not into special effects makeup. I'm not good at it. That's just not my niche. So I've got a little article pulled up from Beautylish. So it says, apply a layer of glue using a metal spatula and smooth over. So I do have a spatula here, so I'm just gonna get some out and apply it. Oh, flatten out, there we go. Apply it right onto my brows. Okay, so there's the first layer, and it says before it sets to go through and brush them up. They won't come up. I can't get them to go up. Okay, so you're supposed to let that dry and then go in with powder and then basically rinse and repeat. So we're just gonna do that over and over until it looks the way we want. And I've seen several people use orange concealer to counteract the darkness of the brow. Mine are pretty dark, and I don't have an orange concealer, so I'll probably have to make my own. But yeah, so this side's already dry, so I'm gonna go ahead and dust it with some powder. And I've seen different things. Some people will go in with concealer after they powder. Some people will just do powder and then do the glue again. I guess it doesn't really matter. Like, it seems like there are several ways to get the exact same look. So I'm gonna go back in and do the exact same thing. We're gonna glue, powder, and we'll see where we're at by then. So for the second layer, I'm not gonna go through with a spoolie and try to comb them up because I feel like the spatula is doing a pretty good job of like flattening them. And plus, I feel like the more I go through it with a spoolie, it kind of pulls the glue out. So this time, I'm actually gonna go in with a yellow banana powder instead of that translucent one, just because I feel like the yellow may counteract a little bit of the color. It's looking pretty cakey, but I've heard that that's normal. I look hella fine. I think I'm gonna do one more layer of glue and powder just because there are some hairs that just are very stubborn and don't want to lay down. So I'm gonna do one more light layer and then we'll move on to concealing. Oh, stay for supper. Fun fact, I can actually quote Hocus Pocus all the way through, like literally from beginning to end. It's like, people just don't appreciate my talent. It gets on everyone's nerves. Everyone hates me when I watch Hocus Pocus. And by the way, I do recommend using a yellow banana powder. The one that I used, it's not easy to get your hands on, but this is the W7 Banana Dreams powder. It's just a very lightly colored powder. You could use like Ben Nye Banana probably. Just something, I like the fact that it has a little bit of like color correction action. But yeah, 3 layers of glue, 3 layers of powder. And I'm actually gonna go in and wipe off the excess, like wipe off the surrounding area just so I don't have like cake face up there. I'm gonna take a really full coverage concealer. I'm gonna use the e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo, and everything that I'm using will be linked below. So I'm just gonna put some on the back of my hand, and I don't know how this is gonna work. I'm actually gonna use this Prism makeup palette. This is the Supreme Seductress palette, and I'm probably gonna be focusing on this section right here because I feel like she's got a pretty just basic brown eyeshadow on, so I'll probably use something on this side. But I think I'm gonna mix my concealer in with this orange shade right here, and also these are dupes of the Huda palette, so I think this is like Coral Obsessions or Warm Up Sessions, like that dupe. But just use any kind of orange eyeshadow. So I'm just gonna take my spatula, the side that I didn't use to apply glue. I'm just gonna scrape some off, and then I'm just gonna try to get it right on my hand. Oh, this is not working out very well. Okay, new plan. I'm actually gonna scrape some up and get it on the spatula like a spoon, and then mix it in with the concealer. Why is that red? Yeah, that's like straight up pink. What the hell? Trials and tribulations, people. We're keeping it all in there. New plan. We're gonna go into the Revolution Extra Spice palette. She's got like a pretty orange, like a pretty basic orange in there, so I'm gonna use that. Okay, so that's what we got so far. It doesn't have to be super orange. Like, I'm not looking for like a true orange pigment. So I'm gonna take this on a concealer brush. I'm gonna use whatever's left over my finger and go over that entire thing. And I do think that doing 3 layers of glue and powder was probably beneficial for me because, I don't know, it laid them down a lot better. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into just the regular concealer by itself, and let's just dot it on. And this is actually gonna conceal the brows. So, oh, they are vanished. So it is now 3 o'clock. I've been working on my brows for 30 minutes. And then I'm gonna go into, again, this Supreme Seductress palette, and I'm gonna take this ivory shade right here, just something to set the primer down. So I think what I'm gonna do, just to not make it too dark or too light, I think I'm gonna mix these 2 brown shades down here at the bottom. And again, this is a dupe for that taupey, silvery palette from Huda. But I'm gonna mix these 2 together. This is called Ravish and Espionage. I'm gonna show you what they look like up close so you see what I'm using. So I'm just gonna start packing it onto the lid. And then, again, we're not gonna do a whole lot of like windshield wiper motions. We're mainly gonna make it a block. It kind of comes higher towards the nose, and it actually does touch the nose, but it doesn't come up as high on the outer corner, like on the outer half of the eye. So I'm just gonna start blending this into the nose. I am gonna do windshield wiper motions right here because I want it to be slightly blended, but very, very delicately. Like it's a very intentional blend, if that makes any sense. I'm just gonna take that concealer brush and just kind of round out the top here just to make it look a little more sharp. And again, whenever I first lay my brush down, I'm laying it down on the eyelid, and then I'm working my way up. Okay, so moving on to eyeliner now. So it looks like she's got a very harsh line. Like, it's not smoked out, it's not smudgy or soft or anything. It looks like she's got a very thin line of liquid liner. So I think this will be perfect. This is the Profusion Wing It Super Fine Eyeliner. This is just black, but it's very, very fine, so I feel like it's gonna be like really good for making that thin line. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep this really close to the lashes. So as you can see, like, I'm not even really pushing into the lashes. Usually whenever I apply liner, I try to get it like in between the lashes, like the root, but I'm leaving some gaps because I want it to be very, just like very puny looking. Okay, so I've curled my lashes. I'm gonna go into mascara now. I'm gonna use more of a lengthening formula, something that doesn't really give me a whole lot of volume and thickness because her lashes are definitely more focused on length. I'm just gonna do 1 full layer of this. So there's the mascara, so once that dries, we'll go in and we'll do the individual lashes. So there's not really any fallout or anything, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start prepping my skin. So you can do this however you want, but I do wanna moisturize. I'm gonna use an SPF. And honestly, I probably should have done the entire face makeup, like the foundation and everything. So I probably should have covered the eyebrows completely before I started on the eyes, but I was just afraid that the brown eyeshadow would have fallout. So considering she came back from the dead, she's pretty pale. I'm actually gonna mix it in with a white foundation mixer. This is from LA Girl. Also forgot to mention, you probably wanna go with a foundation that's more matte because her skin looks very, very matte. She has no luminosity, there's no glow, so don't be out here highlighting to the gods. For concealer, I'm gonna go pretty light under the eyes. So I'm gonna go in with my lightest concealer. This is the e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo in the shade Fair Warm. It's very, very pale. I don't wanna do too much of this, but I'm gonna go right under my eyes. I'm just gonna do a couple of dots. I'm also gonna go down the bridge of my nose right here. And actually I'm gonna stamp it. Like I said, they kind of made her nose look bigger. So I'm kind of gonna, instead of just bringing it down the bridge of the nose, I'm gonna kind of go back and forth, even on the sides, because I think that will kind of help the contour pop out later too. So let's move on to contouring. So if you really want to make sure that it stays on, I do recommend cream and powder, like kind of sandwiching them together. So instead of just using creams or instead of just using powders, use both to make sure that it stays on. So I'm gonna go into the coolest contour stick that I have, which is the Nyx Wonder Stick in the shade Light Medium. So this is a really good picture to use to kind of see where you want to enhance lines. So she's going, hey, let's stay for supper. So I'm gonna get some on this little lip brush. This is from BH Cosmetics. Just use whatever. You could also use an eyeliner brush if you wanted to. So I'm just gonna follow the curve of my cheek right there. Then I'm gonna enhance the double chin by doing like this. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start at the bottom of my chin and then follow it up because they've really broadened her chin out. What about making somebody look fatter? God, that's so rude. And then I'm just gonna kind of go a little bit lower down here. Usually you would go right along the jawline to make it look shorter and more structured, but I'm actually gonna go a little bit lower than that to make it look like my chin is deeper and like my face is a little bit bigger. And then she also has these little like dimples right here, so let's see. Again, I'm not a special effects artist. I'm not good at doing this kind of stuff, but we're trying. We play with heart. Then I'm gonna go up to the nose. And as I said, we usually go along the sides of the nose to make it look shorter. I'm gonna drop it down and go right down here and then kind of like out when it comes to the nostrils a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to enhance the bag. So I'm just gonna look down where I can see the indentation. I'm not gonna put a lot here because I want it to be subtle. So I'm just gonna put a little bit right there. Let's just like do this. I'm gonna take it right here. Like she's got a very like dimply chin. So I'm just gonna draw just some marks. Who cares? And then we're gonna go, I'm actually gonna take it back here, and I don't really know what they were trying to do with the contour back here. Like I can see it, it's very, very harsh. So I'm gonna go for that, which is so hard, but I'm gonna make it look very muddy. And I'm not gonna blend it out completely. Like I don't want it to look natural. I'm literally just blending out that line and then calling it quits. Okay, just like that. I'm just gonna kind of bounce over those areas just to make sure that it sits well. So I kind of want to go over that with a contour powder. So I'm gonna use the Focalure Sculpt and Glow. I think this is in the shade Light. Again, everything will be linked below. And I'm just gonna top off that contour back here. And again, not really blending it out a whole lot. Like literally just tapping it on and blending it out like that, like just to make it a little muddy. Like I don't know what their vision was, but it looks muddy. All right, so before I move into powder and all that, I'm gonna go in with a cream blush, and I'm gonna use the lipstick that I plan to use because, like I said, it looks like she's wearing the exact same tone on her cheeks as she is on her lips. So this looks like the perfect shade for lipstick. I don't know how it's gonna blend out as a blush. I may need something a little bit more red because it's very appley. This is the Colourpop. I don't know, it's just these lipsticks in the shade LA Lady. But looking at her lips, that's exactly what it looks like. But I'm just gonna make this little face right here where my cheeks pop out. And I'm going to put it right smack dab in a circle. And this isn't even blended out properly either. Like, it looks like they literally did this and left. I think this is gonna be okay for blush. I feel like, you know, it looks a little more red. Let's see. I have a backup plan. So let's do Colourpop's blush stick in the shade Mic Drop. This is just a tad bit more corally and pink. And I feel like it may mix to be a little bit more bright. So, just like so. Oh, I didn't know I was going as a clown. I'm going with my brush and blend around it because I kind of feel like I brought it out too far. So let's just go in a circle. I don't know. We are winging it. I'm gonna go in with my sponge now and just bing, bang, bop right around just like that. And I'm gonna go ahead and set my entire face. And her blush and contour looks very disconnected. So if you're wondering why that looks so disconnected, it's because we did it on purpose. And then I'm gonna go ahead and go over my lips. Okay, so as I said, it looks like she's actually really bronzed. That kind of throws me off. So I'm gonna go in with a very orange bronzer. This is MAC Gimme Sun. And I'm gonna go not only on top of the contour, just a little bit, just like that. Like, I'm literally being so fast with it. But she looks very muddy up here around her temples. So I'm not gonna do a lot of blending. I'm literally just gonna smack it on because it looks very blotchy. Looking good. Then with that brush I use for the blush, I'm just gonna take whatever's left over and just kind of blotch it onto my forehead because she looks pretty red. And I'm gonna do a little bit of my nose too because her nose is a little blotchy and red as well. And then I'm gonna go over it with my sponge to kind of dim it down, and then powder brush, and bada boom, bada bing. Moving back up to the eyes and finishing up the lower lash line now. It looks like she's got that eyeshadow just kind of stamped at her lash lines. Let's see, where's my picture? Oh, mistakes will be made, people. So I'm just gonna bring this about halfway in, and I want this to be pretty harsh. Again, I'm not trying to blend this out. So I'm just gonna kind of bring it into about halfway and then kind of fade it, like kind of start smudging it and fading it inward to where like there's not just an abrupt stopping point. Then I'm gonna do a nude eyeliner. This is the NYX Wonder Stick in the shade Light. So I'm just gonna put this in the waterline just because it looks like they put something in there to kind of make her eyes look bigger. So I'm not gonna do a whole lot, just like that. And then going in with that same mascara and applying it to my lower lashes. I just want to lightly coat them. Okay, so moving on to the lashes now. So I'm gonna use some Ardell individual lashes. I'm gonna start off with the bigger ones, the thicker ones. So on one row, they're, you know, kind of thin, and then they get medium size and larger. So I'm gonna start off with the larger size and start putting these on the outer corner. I'm just gonna keep working with the thicker ones, and I may not even do anything in the inner portion because it looks like she just has individuals on in the outer half. Oh no, I lost one. Oh no. Okay, so I'm gonna go into a slightly smaller size now, so these aren't as thick. And I'm gonna put just a couple in the center. I'm gonna put the smaller one right in the middle. And I think once I even it up on the other side, like do a smaller one in the center on the other side, I think I'll be done. So I did about, what was it, 2 thicker ones on the outer edge, and then 1 like little medium-sized one on the center. Oh my God. Well, there goes another one. Okay, so there's the lashes, and again, we don't want them to look full and fluffy and beautiful and glamorous. I really just wanted that like wispy shape. So we're gonna go into the lips now, which is probably gonna be the hardest for me because it takes a lot of precision. They really emphasized her cupid's bow, so I'm gonna make like a little X shape around my cupid's bow and make it really sharp. And then on the bottom, I really just want to trace out just the bottom lip. So I'm just gonna go and use my natural lip shape. Just like that. And then they round it off and cut off the corner. So let's see if I can do that in one swipe. I'm gonna go into the lipstick now. And again, I'm using LA Lady from Colourpop. Let's see where to go. So yeah, the lip liner doesn't match it perfectly. I really don't have anything that matches this perfectly, but I think it'll be okay. Okay, so I messed up just a little bit. So I'm gonna go in with that concealer brush, and I'm gonna wipe off most of the excess. I'm just gonna cut it off. Just like that. You can literally just take your finger and just like push it up into your lip, and that cuts it off pretty good. Okay, so I want that to stay on. So I'm gonna do that little tissue trick. So what I'm gonna do is take a tissue, and they say to ply it in half. I'll do that, I guess. Okay, so I ripped it apart to where it's just a thinner piece. So I'm gonna go over the lips with some powder to make sure that they stay put all night long. I'm gonna do like this and make it kind of see-through. I'm gonna go in with a loosely packed brush like this and just go right on top, just like that. So kind of mattified it a little bit. Oh look, another glorious morning. Makes me sick. Okay, I'm gonna go in with some setting spray, a mattifying setting spray. This is the N3 Oil Control Makeup Setting Spray from Amazon. All right, so I'm gonna go off camera and finish up the rest of my wardrobe, and I'll come back and show you guys a finished look. All right, guys, so here's what it looks like with the costume on. So this is literally the best I can do, but this dress is so bougie. Oh, my little bump is showing a little bit. Put that back in there. popped on like a weird medallion that I never wear, put on some weird looking earrings. I don't have the fingernails. She had really long fingernails. I just decided to paint mine orange. Whatever, Halloween. And yeah, this is what we're looking like. I put a spell on you. So yeah, that is it for this Hocus Pocus Winifred Sanderson transformation. I hope you guys enjoyed it and found it entertaining and hopefully helpful as well. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and also subscribe to my channel to see more fun videos like this all the time, usually twice a week. And make sure you go ahead and turn that notification bell on so that you never miss an upload from me, and I will see you guys in my next one. And happy belated Halloween. Mwah.